the moon and star, come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevar, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. Cloud the moon and star, come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevar, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. Oh, I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god.
I am invisible. Transparent. Hello guys, welcome on in. Give me a second, I'll try to fix that. I remember now, the last stream I realized it didn't look good and I couldn't be bothered to fix it before the stream. And then I forgot to fix it. Okay, where's the thing? How about... I'm still transparent-ish. I am a ghost. I come back to haunt you with Morrowind mods. That's the way it is. And now the music is gone. Gee. That will do. Welcome on in, guys. Lovely to see you again. Last to you were the very first Dr. Smooch. Hello, welcome on in. We are kind of playing Morrowind-ish. Last week, was it? It is last week. It was last week. We started installing mods. Hey, Max. And we did quite a bit. We did all the replacer mods, all the Khajiit mods, give or take. I think I installed the audio mods. I don't quite remember. Isn't the bot working? Hang on. Because it's been working fine, so it might be just a matter for me to sort of tell it again. Okay, try again. It's not that it's it's not that it's broken. It's just I need to remember to reset it with every stream, and I kind of don't until you come here and you go thirst, and then you go oh, and then I go aha. That's how it is. I am really a ghost. Never mind. I'll ignore that. That's the way it is. Anyway, last time we did a number of mods. In the meanwhile, I have managed to do all the gear and loot mods, but I have not really tested. I got a little sidetracked because I was like, oh, but I'm gonna make this one work with wares as well. So I spent a little bit of time installing the mods and then quite a lot of time making add-ons and then putting them on the Nexus. So where we're at now, I need to test what we have so far. Important thing. And I want to pay attention to my FPS because the next thing that I'm going to install is all the extra NPCs. NPCs and creatures actually, and I want to see exactly, that's a lot of companion and NPC mods, but I like them. We will see the sort of a hit it's got on my FPS. I'm pretty sure it's going to be anywhere between 5, maybe up to 10. We'll see how it is. But the truth is, I need my NPCs. I need them. Let me start Morrowind. I need them because I need the world to change, you know, to be alive, and having different people doing different things every time I start the game, or even am I missing? Maybe I did not install the mod. What is the mod? That's Wesley, Exile of the Cavalry, I think. Oh no, sort of. Okay, we'll check afterwards. Took a note of it. So yeah, unless I see that the FPS hit is like 15, effectively cutting in half my FPS. Hey Becca, welcome back. Lovely to see you again. I might try to reduce the number of NPC mods, but I like people and creatures are what make the world more alive than things. We are testing, okay? Oh, what is this? Oh yes, I did install a whole bunch of races that I didn't have in my previous install. So we have the spawn of Surthasil. I honestly don't know how often I will want to play with that race, but it's there. We have the option. We talked about it a while ago about playing as a rat. So rat race, here we go. I've added a couple of Khajiit races to have even more choices. So this one is a sort of a Black Panther sort of Khajiit. What is the Nakam? That is Wesley's mod, Exile of the Akaviri. And this is the one that gave me a warning just as we started, so I'll have to look into it. I've added, the nymph can only be female. That is a rather old mod, but I've actually never tried it, so there it is. This one is new. I've added the Reachman. Now that is technically a race that comes from Tamriel data, more specifically Scan, House of the Nords. And this one is a version, like, it's quite easy to just make the race playable. You go into construction set, you look at the race panel, and you click playable. That simple. However, Glisp did more than that. In Tamriel Rebuilt, all the races have vanilla bodies, so heavily segmented. Let's just say that. And when you're used to not having them anymore, vanilla bodies are just not bearable. He made the Reachman race use better body assets. So now we can be a Reachman. Oh, Silver Khajiit is a new one. So basically I got the Dark Khajiit and the Light Khajiit added to my game. That might be it. Oh, and yeah, there were 2 White Khajiit races and I don't know which one I like best. Actually, this is the same mod. But one is a Silver Khajiit and the other one is a White Tiger. As you can see, the stats are exactly the same as the regular Khajiit, I guess. I think it might be just the look and the powers that are a bit different. So we have a bunch of, like a bunch. Let's try to be a dark Khajiit. Is that the difference between male and female? The ears. How do I know which one I... Okay. Khajiit. This is male. This is female. So I'm assuming this is female. And okay, let's have yellow eyes, and I may have pierced ears or not. I am spoiled. You know how it is? I am spoiled. I'm used to having tons of hair option and all of that. Our Khajiit is, you will never guess it, a samurai. We're not really playing. I just want to go in game and make sure that everything works properly. But still, there we go. We might be a little faster like that. All right, so what we have right now is a bunch of, I don't need to select those, a bunch of gear mods. All my Khajiit mods are installed. I have installed wares for the NPCs. So NPCs will have different clothes every time we start the game. However, that completely excludes guards because, well, guards, they just want to look like guards. That's just the way it is. And I know what I want to do. Oh, by the way, check this out. How cool is this? It's very cool. Go on, you can say it. And another cool thing is this. I have not tweaked, I have simply downloaded another mod. Oh, it's not going to show you. It's a custom class. I'll show you that when we have a vanilla class. But for now, I have that very cool background, which I quite like. You may have seen it before if you've used the Symphony. Then it changes the whole menu, and I'm not super keen on the UI replacer, but I like that. Could be because it's new. Maybe one day I would want to have my black background again, but for now I'm very happy with that. Okay, let's see if everything works properly. Like my crosshair, as you can see, is extra tiny, which is cool in a way. Oh wow, check out the texture. Sorry, I'm getting super distracted. This is intelligent textures. So it is mostly vanilla. I think the pattern is pretty good there. It's not even parallax. It's just the background image that's changed. That's it. So it doesn't move or it doesn't change. It's just the way it is. So just bump, I guess. So my UI, things that I want to do, I really like the frame. I think I said that last week. This is not bad, and maybe I'll keep it, though I kind of missed a very clean one that I had. Ooh, coins. Yes. As you can see, I am missing a bunch of mods we normally have. Ashfall is not installed yet. I do not have Greatness 7 mod that adds the little icons to the potion. So for now, the only way I can know what a potion is actually to hover, get the tooltip and read. So much work. So much work. And yes, what I was saying with the UI, I can hardly tell that, you see it's a little red, so I shouldn't take that. Whereas this, I am free to take. I think I need to change that crosshair. It's just way too tiny. I know that when it's big, it gets in your face. And, oh, the rug texture, sorry. I mean, it's just a texture applied to the mesh. I don't know that there's anything special about it, apart from the fact that it was, originally the intelligent textures is, AI enhanced, but then I know Remiros went back in and improved them manually. I know there's bitmap, so it still looked good at a distance. Other than that, I am not, qualified enough to tell you very precisely how it is. So right now, I can't even tell if the bread... I just told the bread, I think. Then that did not happen. Like, I know the guys are... I'm saying the guys because it's mostly guys, but there might be gals as well. The thing that is being still not really used with Morrowind is the one with the shadows. What is that called? Brum, brum, brum. It's super greedy in terms of our computer and everything, but no, that we have shaders. No, I'm thinking really something you can do with the texture so they have better shadows, I think. Hang on. I hate it when I can't think of a word. And I believe I can find it if I look at Peterbit's crowd replacer. The moment I see it, I'll go, aha, PBR. There we go. That's the thing. Though I have to be honest, I don't entirely understand. It does look really, really gorgeous, and you can see all kinds of things. Physics-based rendering, that's what it stands for. And that looks really, really gorgeous. I mean, the texture and model is really quite nice. But I feel like PBR in Morrowind is really over the top. Look at that, a friendly crab. I think it's like, yeah, you see it takes into account the shape of the object for the light. I mean, I think it's a little over the top for now. When I am at the point where I'm wondering whether I should have NPCs or not in my game. It's really quite cute, isn't it? With the moss growing on top of it. I do agree. I don't want to kill it. Thank you. Let's go back in the game. I'm quite happy with my enchanted item replacer. It's not the one I normally have, but it's a lot more discreet than the one I had, and so I'm happy because it's quite a change. I'm talking to him, out of habit, but really I have nothing to tell him. Since I've interrupted you already, yes, go ahead. I know your starter mod list, 15 or less. Would you have a vanilla medium mod list available, perhaps using the most useful? No, I do want to make like sort of an intermediate level list. So that's definitely something I want to do. You never got into Lua mods. I'd like to help another streamer looking for a more modern but still vanilla experience. Like, they can start with this one and then just add grass to it. And that would be completely vanilla and quite nice. I mean, my list of mods. Let's go alphabetically. That right here. It goes on here is my older mods for quality of life, but I would not, like, they're not all absolutely necessary. This one I recommended for the beginner list. It's not a good word, but because I was mostly thinking of people that have played Skyrim and having information in Morrowind, you know, you're just dumped off the boat and then you have to figure out everything. So I think this one is quite useful for people who are genuinely interested in finding out about things rather than go about and never find out. But they're not all essential, really, really not. Some people consider that essential. So I'm definitely gonna have to do a slightly larger mod list, but you know what? It was just so hard to get the bare minimum list. And now if I go for an average list, how many mods is that? I can't be trusted to keep it down to a certain number. This is a must-have. This is really good. This is really good. I'm definitely gonna have to think about it. But I can definitely, after the stream, just send you a few more that make the experience less... Crap, let me have coffee. Jeez. Smoother, that's the word. The experience smoother. Without things that actually change how you play the game. Alright.
I only have a few moments.
We want to test that NPCs get their new clothes. And so they do. Fargoth, very elegant.
I couldn't possibly. Too busy.
Holding on to his keys for dear life. Okay. It looks like the level lists are merged properly. Uh-oh.
What now?
Oh, that's not normal. Sorry. No, I'm pretty sure the robe model is not supposed to come all the way to her neck. But I can't understand what's her problem though.
No, I don't
Whoa.
think so.
Too close, lady. There you go. So it looks like there's a problem with the robe model, which is weird. Because I've seen it quite a few times on NPCs. Anyway, this one is prettier. A little light for, you know, living in the swamps basically, but that will do. I'm really quite pleased with Prof recommended me this. Normally I go for a prettier look, but since we were super strong and we said we were gonna have a super basic install, very close to vanilla in terms of textures and aesthetics, this is the closest, while still allowing you to drop things in the water and pick it up. So I'm really enjoying that. Now our FPS in Seidanin is about 40. That's without any additional NPC mods. I'm gonna Seidanin 40. We'll go take a look in Balmora and Vivek. Yep, right back in my pocket. Oh, you know what I haven't installed yet, I think? It's Memory Monitor, because it's part of the quality of life mods. But when installing and you want to take You want to keep an eye on your FPS to find out if one mod in particular is very greedy. That's good. This texture is, for me, feels new. I'm guessing I must have had mods that replaced intelligent texture. I'm not mad about it, quite like it. My biggest issue with it, but it's nothing to do with the texture in itself. It's just the way the UV maps are set in the game, where you have a model and it has different sides, and then the UV map essentially tells you how the texture is placed on it, like. And because of the way it is, because you see the lines here, that's fine, but now we have lines here, that direction, that direction, that direction, and this is not a problem with the texture. The texture is just fine. It's the UV maps. Morrowind optimization patch actually improves that. All right, I am looking at Balmora in all its splendor with 30 FPS. That's 30 FPS with graphic replacers, and that's it. Ariel, welcome back. Ooh, guys, I'm not just transparent, I'm also yellow. It's good I don't look at myself while streaming, but I'm gonna try and fix that just a little bit. I look a bit too yellow, honestly. I'm not sure. What if I did get me very grey? Perfect. Me in all my natural pale greatness. Let's go with that. Children of Radiation, Willow. Willow? Guys, I don't know what's the problem with me. I can't speak anymore. Yeah, I went for very light Dwemer tones rather than obvious Altmer. So Balmora, we said 30 FPS. No additional NPCs. No problem with the chest part. No additional NPCs. No grass or shaders either. Did I see something in the distance that changed? Maybe not. I do have distant land. No shaders, no grass. I don't know what they're doing here. What's going on? Something? We're waiting for Godot, I guess. Let's check the FPS. Dwemer Foundation, that's what it is. Slightly grey. You're not kidding, but I remember seeing face cream slightly tinted in sort of a very pale purple. So wait, not waiting for Godot Ur. I mean, it would be Godot Ur, I guess. That's a very good question. My CPU, we will have, ask me again when we quit, so I can actually tell you exactly, because I don't know. My graphic card is a GeForce 1070, which at the time, thank you so much for the follow, welcome on in, which at the time, that was 4 years ago, was decent without being, the top, because I feel buying the very best at any given time is, I mean, if you have the money, sure, but buying the very best, you pay twice as much for just a little better, so I prefer the upper range, but not the very best. Betsujin, the main goal for this setup, this is going to replace my permadeath install, meaning that the goal is to be able to play and roleplay any and every character I can possibly imagine. Just that. It's just that. Yeah, right. I think it's quite good. And the processor is not an Intel. It's the other one. What's the other one? Because for the same numbers, and I'm speaking in professional terms here, but for the same numbers, yes, AMD. Same number of cores and same power, whatever. AMD was much cheaper. So again, any Ryzen is an excellent CPU. Nice and clear goal, right? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And right now we have already installed the replacers. I'm not sure I installed the sound mods, but that's fairly easy to check. Ooh. Up close, the textures are a bit, you know, a bit. I do have the grass mods. Alright, looking at Vivek in all its splendor, 38, 40 FPS. It's pretty good, right? I do not have any big mod with lots of scripting or anything like that. So it's pretty good. Cascade and Ayers is pretty. I think for the trees we went a little fancy because we have those little moats. AMD Ryzen are currently the best CPU and also quite a bit cheaper than the competition. The previous AMD CPUs, the FX series, were decent but not so great, and also dirt cheap. That sounds like what I got. I'm being honest. So it's definitely sounds like Ryzen are currently good. I'm not planning on changing my computer for now. I've had it for 4 years, going on 5. Ryzen is currently the best single core and multi-core performance. And you know, that's the thing. That's a pretty dress. That's the thing. Morrowind only uses a core. Open Morrowind, like, I've been told that Open Morrowind sort of uses multiple cores, but not for everything.
Death can save you from
Hey, Skink, welcome. And I see that I do not have graphic parallelisms installed properly. I'm not sure I have installed it. Maybe you have old info, but I'm just taking your word like gospel. For old games such as Morrowind, Intel would be a better choice because they are single-threaded. Yeah. It was true for the older generation. Okay. Well, I'll know what to do next time.
Find someone else to bother.
What? Tinos? That's rude. You look so good and everything. Look at him. Autocrats, hello. Alright, we have our FPS. So we quit Morrowind. Expeditous exit. Another mod that needs to be installed straight away. You know, sometimes, or before Expeditous exit, it would take 10, 15, 20 seconds. And we want to find out... I would find that out here, right? Windows... There we go. It is an FX series. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm stuck with my setup until it's really not good enough. And I can't justify buying a computer 4 years later. It's not like I'm doing research or I need the very, very best of the best. What is the optimal distance of distant land for you? I actually don't like to have too much of it. Like having... I think right now I have 3 or 4 cells and I never go above 5. There is the effect of, wow, I can see the Red Mountain from here. That's amazing. That's cool. And so on and so forth. But see, I have 5. I don't mind going all the way. 5 is fine. But if it's too clear, I don't want to see that far. So never more than 5. 3 is, I feel that with 3 sometimes, you know, when the game switches from the distant land to the distant view to the regular view, I got a feeling that at 3 you can see those changes a lot more. You have to see the Red Mountain from Firewatch. That's the way it is. The law correct would be 15 or so. That's way too much for me. And I feel it's a little bit like the textures, you know, whether it's 1024 or 4000, let's say 2000 to 4000. I feel like my eyes can't really tell the difference. And for the distant land, it's too much. It's too much. What sort of lore is that? What? Educate me. Becca, I had the 4-core variant. It's decent, but the single-core performance is lagging in 2021. All right. Well, for now, that's what I have. And, you know, considering that I get close to 1,000 mods on my install, you cannot type. I can never type. And I seem to not be able to speak today. So, you know what? I won't be making fun of you, that's for sure. Okay, let's so that's what I have right now, 5. And right now I have no shaders whatsoever, and yeah, I only have the basic ones. I'll keep the shaders right at the end, I think. Right, thank you for that. Moving on to actors, which is basically the category of NPCs and creature mods. When I install, I kind of make it easy for myself. I always have the replaces first, because then those are quite easy to install. Khajiit mods also, I keep the quest mods towards the end, because the quest mods are the ones that are likely to conflict with things. Dungeons as well, no, that's easier to check. All right, let's go. We install everything. Wandering Umbra, absolutely want this one. It doesn't do much. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. Umbra, instead of waiting for death in the middle of nowhere, not too far from Saran, which is dumb, moves about, which is a lot better. One time when I was testing or playing, I don't remember, testing I think, I found Umbra in a modded inn, and I was like, how did you get there? But that's because of NPC Go Home, the mod that moves NPCs at night. Yes, Umbra waiting for God of War, that's exactly it. The mod that moves NPC at night. If the NPCs have a house, they're moved to their house. If not, they're moved to the nearest inn. And so Umbra, that must have been somewhere in the Escaden Isle, found himself in a modded inn, and I thought that was super cool. I'm currently building a Ryzen cheap CPU. The CPU is 120 euros. The older version built with the Mobo, I don't know what Mobo is. Oh, motherboard. Yeah, I worked it out. Please, I speak computer. The motherboard is 37 euros per new RAM. Okay, that sounds like a decent price if it's a, you know, an efficient system. Not that I could really tell. Haven't I already installed wares for NPCs? I have. I bought Water Life. Must have. I do not care how many FPS this is gonna cost me. I'm not even sure it costs anything in terms of FPS, but I must have it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm willing to sacrifice 10 FPS for all my creatures. Same thing for the birds. I need the birds. You have to understand that when I'm attacked by cliff racers, the birds come to my rescue. When I'm attacked by the slaughterfish, hello. Hey Norm, lovely to see you. My God, that has been forever. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great, in fact. The bats, yes, the bats are so annoying too. And then the fish will the dolphin will kill the slaughterfish as well, which is good. I'm fine, thank you. It may be a cheap and efficient system, yes, minimal price, but good for gaming in 2021. But that's all we want, right? That's all we want. Right. Animated Morrowind. I do want animated Morrowind. I want it. Improve Cliff. Okay, improve Cliff Racer AI. We're trying to go for a minimalist install. It's not crazy important. It's kind of nice. You know, the cliff races, the reason why they're so horrible is because they're so aggressive that you might be miles away, but they see you and they attack you. With that mod, if you love-hate cliff races, this might be just for you. Of course, you have mods that will remove the cliff races altogether, and I think I do want a populated world, yes. And I think that removing the cliff races altogether is a shame. I mean, to each their own, but I think it's a shame. There is a mod, a couple actually, that completely pacifies them, so you still have them in the sky, but they don't do anything. That feels wrong. It feels wrong. No. We looked, I'm close to 1,000 on the previous perma, but not a million mods. The game cannot handle it. So this improved Cliff Racer AI is a good alternative. That's a mod by R0, and essentially the what's the word? The fight AI, which is, you know, 100, they're super aggressive, 30, they don't attack you, but if you attack, they respond. Instead of having 100 aggro all the time, their aggro will depend on your health. So if you have 100% health, they're not very aggressive unless you're, you know, you come to their face and you go, huh, want a piece of me? They'll say yes and have a piece of you. But that's if you have 100% health, they basically won't attack you on sight. Unless you walk up, fly up to them, jump up to them, whatever you do to reach cliff races. However, if you're injured, then they smell your blood like piranhas, essentially. If you're injured, then they will come to you as they would normally. So with that mod, essentially, if you don't want to be plagued by cliff racers, make sure you don't bleed your guts while traveling. Simple. Easy, but it's not something I really need, and I like to be able to hunt them without having to jump and get their attention, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Another mod by R0's, and I do like it. When R0 was my guest, he explained that he doesn't like that mod anymore, simply because it's one of the earlier models that he's worked on, so he's got higher standards by now. But I kind of like them. I would say minimal install, trying to keep to vanilla flavor. So I am not going to add new creatures. Like, I mean, this is not entirely new creatures. There are variants of creatures. We'll install the actors, creatures, and everything. And if my FPS is not too bad, then I'll add it. That's what we do. MWSE random NPCs. Funny story. When I first made Friends and Foes, I actually did not put NPCs in town. Not at all. Because for me, I was very happy, you know what, still am, with MWSE random NPCs. The Kryn are cute. That's a different mod. And we will have... there it is. This includes the better creatures of Pirate Lords creatures mod. So we'll have them. Oh. Huh. Are the Kryn there though? Not sure. I might have lied just now. Apologies. We'll see. I'll check in the construction set, or just if we look at the models, core, meshes, pirate lord, mummy, centurion, skeleton, IU, lots of skeletons, mummies, ash slaves, centurion, butterflies, ooh, bunnies made the cut, but I am not seahorse. It looks like Random Pal actually cut the crib. I didn't mind them. However, Random Pal is a lot more purist than I am. Like I'm okay with seeing not entirely lore friendly things in my game. But hey, I'm still going to stick to Random Pal's version because he's also changed their stats so that they blend nicely with the game. So he's rebalanced some of the stats as well. Where were we? Oh yes, this one. Originally, Friends and Foes didn't have any NPCs in town. I only added them because people asked for them, so I was like, okay, here you go. Because I was going to use this one, which, as you can see, it actually uses a number of assets from my mod Hold It. So I like their look. Now I do stick to my own NPCs only because they have they work with wear, so NPCs can wear all kinds of items added by other mods, whereas this one only has vanilla items, some of our zeros, hats, and my Hold It items. So I keep mine for the variety in looks of the NPCs. Though I feel the implementation here is a lot better. It uses MWSE and it has Lua scriptings to make it so that fishermen will spawn by the shores. Like, there's more to it than just having level list with NPCs, which is what I did. So yeah, I am not installing it, but I've used it for the longest time. And if I get the energy and the courage, I will make it work with wares so they can have more clothes. Who wouldn't want more clothes? Dwarven Spectres, Better Bodies Female. This is a mod by Melchior Dark, and I like it. You know, when you go to the Dwemer ruins where you have the Spectre ghost, well, now the ghost have more like a better body. They look more like people, ghost people, and they are females as well, which, I don't know, you tell me. Are you shocked by the idea of female Dwemer ghost, or just female Dwemer full stop? Because sure, when we think fantasy, and that is heavily influenced by the Lord of the Rings and, you know, Middle Earth, we're not supposed to know about female dwarves, but that's dwarves, and these are Dwemer. We know from the lore, I'm not a lore buff, so you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but we know from the lore, I think, that the Dwemer are not particularly short. And honestly, if the Dwemer were dwarves, like half the size of any elf, no one could be wearing the Dwemer armor. Just saying. So they're not really dwarves, I don't think. To me, they're not really dwarves. So the whole idea, you know, that we have in many fantasy settings, Dwemer Sentinel. I don't know about that, but why not? I wouldn't be entirely shocked. Depends on the size of the boobs. Like, if it's bigger than their heads, I would be shocked. But you know, nobody said it. Children of Radiation. It's just that, you know, especially from Middle Earth, D&D as well. Like, do female dwarves have a beard? No one knows. No one's seen them. There's a whole mystery around it. But I'm not sure it applies to Morrowind. That's what I'm saying. They just wear fake beards. So people don't know. That's what it is. Drop in, you were saying, I feel like lower purity gets too subjective for me. I love the Kryn because they don't feel lore friendly to me. I could see the Morrowind Decree. Exactly. I mean, I agree with you. Like, the lore friendly, vanilla friendly is extremely subjective. Like, for some people, lore friendly, vanilla friendly means if it's not in the game, like anything that is not in the game is not lore friendly. Green and not cringe. Norm, I've missed you. Really, sincerely, I've missed you. So that would be the most extreme lore friendliness or lore purist that there is. Then on the other side, there is adding chocobos from Final Fantasy and mugs. Oh my god, the mug race. I was such a big thing in 2000. That's a little too outside the box for me. However, I have played with mods that add wings. I have a race that has wings. More like a fairy sort of race. And I'm like, it's not lore friendly, but what the heck? Why not? Same thing with the textures. Like, sometimes mugs are canon, I'm sure. They are canon in some universe. Maybe not the Elder Scroll verse. Let's go with that. So, a little bit. And the Kryn, that's what I wanted to say. The Kryn, I agree. For me, lore friendly is if it could have been in the game and if it had fit in the game, even though it originally wasn't. And the Kryn is super cute. Like, it works. Also, I feel that in Morrowind, we don't have enough passive fauna. Like, even the rats are angry. And the worms are angry. I mean, the Quama forages at least. So, bunnies. I'm fine with bunnies and birds and fish that don't necessarily try to eat you alive. Because, you know, butterflies are not lore friendly, but I'm happy with them. Green are the baby elephant I need in my Morrowind, in your Morrow world. So, Dwarven Spectres, I am installing them. There can't have been no male. And maybe we only saw the male, but the female must have existed. And the Spectres are only in the Dwemer ruins. I'm okay with that. The Dwemer Sentinel, I think it's a big, yeah. Yes, that's what it is. If you go to Dwemer ruins, you find sometimes a really large head of a robot and different body parts, so this makes it a creature that exists not everywhere, there aren't too many of them, but I feel that meeting one of them in your game, really exciting. So I'm installing it. Morrowind Additions Revamped. Who are you? "43 new weapons. Creatures called Thunderlord, Chaos Mage, and Chaos Warrior." Now, you see that is maybe a little too much. Mammoth, not entirely, you know, unlore friendly. They exist in Skyrim. Elephants, I wouldn't be surprised if they existed in wherever the red guards come from. My goodness, Hammerfell, elsewhere possibly. The dragons do exist, the sharks. Well, I think this one I installed it to look at the creatures. Haha. Yes, this one I downloaded for resources. I wanted to see the models that they have. Like the death moth looked like a good thing. Exactly, that's why I downloaded it. Mostly I was curious about the death moth. So a mod like that, I would probably, and I think that's what I did in my permadeath install. This is called Morrowind Additions. This is my permadeath install. Did I install you there? I think I installed it somewhere. And then I just cut out. This is creature additions. That's not it. And then just cut out a big chunk of it. It's not in there. I didn't put you in my perma install. Did I put you in my indie install? Aha! Is that what it is? Addition revamped. Addition revamped. That I have cleaned. I think this is what it is. Alright, stop searching. So this is in my indie install. I think that what I've done, take a look with the Morrowind Enchanted editor. Shroomsters are so cute. I like the shroomsters. We use them in Shall Overgrown. I retextured them, which tells you that the retexture work is appalling. What do we want? Indie, and it was called Addition something? Addition revamped clean. All right. Yeah. Oh, of course, now I know. I got it for the snakes. So that mod that we were looking at, I've only kept some of the dragons, the death moth, the butterflies because I like them, the shroomsters because they're cute, the slime cubes because why not, the snakes because Indiana Jones, and the wasp because why not. But I cleaned out a lot of it. The elephants are gone, the dolphins are, or the sharks, because Waterlife has everything I want. So I basically, I can show you the original mod. Oh. I hope you've taken a good look at the modified version. Let me show you the original mod, what it looked like. For this one, I went in with my big axe and just cut out the whole thing. See, it used to have a lot more. Also some landscape edits, which I was like, why? Why you add creatures? See, I cut the baby Alit and the baby whatever because they're vanilla textures, just a bit smaller. And the reason why I'm not against having smaller version of the creatures, the reason why I cut them out is for the stats, because I'm not sure that they would be balanced. Kept the dragon, didn't keep the water creature, didn't keep the mammoth. I'm not sure that they are added exclusively to Solstheim. I would hope so. So that's what I did. No, we don't save any of it. We just leave it be. That's what I did. So I'm not reinstalling it because saying true to vanilla. Reminds me of getting high and shelled. You know what, Norm? You're not, too far from the truth, because we made a quest there where essentially the mushrooms started infesting the place, and there are some sort of vapors, and the NPC in there sort of gets a little high and loony because of the mushrooms. So, you loved it. Okay, sorry. It's just the teacher in me. I'm like, oh, let me explain it to you. Sorry, you do know. Of course you do. So we are not installing Morrowind Edition Revamp because we want to stay very vanilla. Denina, hey, welcome back. Lovely to see you too. OAAB leveled creature. We definitely want that. I normally have already installed OAAB. It's part of my main mods. Like, there's so many mods and good mods that use OAAB data. I just install it. And then to have its creatures added to the level list, yes. I know you're saying, but you wanted to stay vanilla. Come on. If OAAB is not purist enough for you, then you might be a little too purist. We go for core. Glowing Netch Betty. Nah. I mean, I like when creatures glow because I can see them in the dark, but other than that, Daedric creatures use bound weapons. I see the reason why Random Pal did that probably is because it is true that farming Golden Saints, for example, if you kill a Golden Saint and you're guaranteed a glass weapon, possibly a Daedric weapon, including the Daedric Tower Shield. So by making it so that Daedric creatures such as the Golden Saint, probably the Daedra Lord, use bound weapons, it means that when you do kill them, you don't get the sweet weapon. I am not going to install it because anyway, many reasons. First of all, I don't farm creatures to get the stuff. And also, this is permadeath. I rarely get to the level where I can fight them anyway, so I don't need it. Summons have 0 soul. Again, this is something to prevent people from abusing the game. I just don't abuse the game, okay? I just don't. I've never met someone who said they wouldn't use Tamriel Rebuild because Bethesda didn't make it, but I'm sure they're out there. I mean, possibly, right? You can't know, but it has been really one of the goals of the TR team to make sure that their content was very close to vanilla, and I think they've succeeded. I almost to the point that I find it a little empty, because like it's not that it's empty, it's just Vardenfell is so modded. My Vardenfell, obviously, and Tamriel Rebuilt is very, very quiet by contrast. There are some people who don't want to have TR data, and I think, you know, why not? Just have the BSA there, just that. You have the assets. If you have a mod that use some of the assets, it's not gonna crash and cry and stomp their feet and leave your game. Just have them. It takes a little bit longer to load the game, but once you're in the game, you don't get anything like slower game, FPS, and that sort of thing. So, TR data, OAB data, just have it. Just have it. It won't add things to your game unless you use mods that need them. But you have it in case you use mods that need them. Why don't you farm creatures? Hey Escobar, lovely to see you as well. All kinds of really great people today. I'm very pleased. Why I don't farm creatures? Because I don't usually go and look for them because they kill me. That's why. Because of role-playing, yes, Children of Radiation, I agree that summons, it is debatable whether a summon has a soul and that sort of thing. I get that. I'm fairly certain that the reason why the option is there is really to prevent abusing the system. And I know I won't. Caleb, welcome on in. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well, thank you. And healthy, yes, apart from a slight addiction to coffee. But other than that, we're good. TR has jolly good quests. Yeah, it's all very good content, I agree. Fancier looking assets, yes. NPCs, and it's in line with modded Vardenfell. It is. It's just I add a lot of things to my... why doesn't coffee work? I'm sure there is something. There must be a command norm. I just forgot what it is. But slight addiction, yes. And now that I have... Let me show you. Look at that. Ta-da! This is what keeps my coffee hot for hours. As well as my tea. I actually enjoy drinking tea a little more now because it stays hot. So I got this. I have my little blanket. All I'm missing is my pair of heated sleepers. Yeah, I do enjoy tea when it stays nice and hot. So USB slippers that I plug in my computer so I can have nice warm feet. Otherwise, I sit on my feet all the time because that's the best way to keep them warm. True story. Oh, I have a confession to make, guys. I'm not sure you will ever think of me the same way, but it turns out I am what's the word? I am a sellout. So leave now if you can't handle it, because I'm about to confess to you. I'm the queen of gadgets. I don't know. It's like, this is new, but I love it. Yes, I am a sellout. From time to time, not that often, because it's not like I am a big streamer or anything, but from time to time I get, you know, offers like, yeah, you want to be partner, you want to play our game, we'll give you 1 cent for every person that downloads the game, that sort of things. And I just completely ignore them or turns them down because like, it's not like I won the game anyway. But I did get an offer from a company and they want to send me a blanket. They want to send me a wearable blanket on condition that I wear it during at least one stream. And like, at first I ignored it, but then they sent me another email and then I looked at what they wanted to give me and I was like, it's a wearable blanket. I would actually buy that stuff. So one day I will be promoting a wearable blanket to you. Be ready. I'll warn you beforehand, okay? So you don't have to see this. My fall into dishonor and other people. The wearable blanket. It looks extremely cozy, but we'll see, okay? If that ever happens, you've been warned. And so my little blue blanket will be retired. I will put it back in the drawer of my desk. Very ready for everything. Shall we go back to Morrowind? Now that I've confessed to you my love for things that keep me warm, including coffee. I'm upfront about it, yeah. And I might never get anything either. We'll see. Right. So, random pass creatures, yes. I am not installing the add-ons. Oh, well, you see, Random Pal used to have multiple versions. Like, he had Creature RP Purist, and then just Creature RP. And I think there were more creatures then. But it's in line. We want to make more like a vanilla game, so there it is. I could use a blanket as well. Skyrim is freezing, even on this side of the monitor. Skink, I have been thinking about you this week, not because of Skyrim or blankets, but because I've started playing Stellaris. Like, I played on Wednesday evening. I think I tried it on Wednesday evening. And it's true that I've had more work this week, but also when I didn't have work, it was Stellaris, and yeah, I feel like hours of my life have been stolen from me. The game is great. Like, I knew I would enjoy it, and I'm only just discovering how to play it because shit, there's a lot of things. So yeah, I thought of you because I know you play the game as well. Back to Morrowind. Surf racers. I know what you're going to say. Oh, but surf racers are not vanilla friendly. The joy of galactic genocide. I managed to play a very, very decent race. Comment on the head of the class? Please be nice. I have a class idea that's not finished. Energy vampire. Energy vampire. As opposed to blood vampire. And I just talked about Stellaris. Hey Philip, welcome back. I just talked about Stellaris, so when I see energy vampire, I think laser beams, force field, which just not gonna work. Specializing in magic, mysticism, absorb life force, which is health and fatigue with various degrees, absorb mana. I'm a little like giving absorb mana to the player makes it basically it breaks the Atronax sign. Greater power, succubus bite. Like I could make a vampire class. We have vampire hunters, so a class more geared towards a vampire, though I'm not sure what it would be called. We'll have to think about it. We'll have to think about it. That is not why I went on the Nexus. Why did I go on the Nexus, guys? Help me. Surf races. That's why. I was about to plead my case to you that even though surf races are not vanilla friendly, but look at them. Look at them. They're water races. Aren't they good? And this, by the way, is a beautiful image that Zero Fox made. It looks almost, you know, like tropical waters and all that. Don't you want to go there? I was pretty happy with my art for it as well. I am not going to install surf races, I'll be brave. It's true. It's part joke mod, part serious mod. It actually has a quest, okay? We actually added a quest in there. But okay, fine. No surf races. Synthesis series, no. Now here's a mod that adds baby creatures, and is that what they're called? That's it. Or surf races. Hey Zero, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, welcome back. I was showing the beautiful surf racer art you made for the mod back in May. That was in May. It was for the May modathon. But because I'm doing a vanilla friendly install, I am not installing them yet. We'll see my FPS and then we'll decide what we do. Triangle Tooth Ecology is a mod that I like because it adds babies to creatures. So when you see a guar, that might be a baby guar. To be fair, Pirate Lord's creatures and now random powers creatures that includes Pirate Lord's creatures have that features for the guars only, I think. What Triangle Tooth's Ecology does as well, it's going to add a dead, I don't know, a dead guar next to mud crabs, for example. Like it's going to add corpses next to species that would be hunting them. So again, it looks a little more, you know, like other people live in this world. However, I think it does have an effect on FPS. I'm going to install it anyway. Daring. You trip over enough corpses in my game. I want it. This one. I have had an issue with animations in a previous install. And you may remember where I had the dancers in Saran, and they were only moving their arms, but they were paralyzed below the waist, which is a little weird. But mostly I've had a problem with creatures. And I noticed that with the rats, but I also noticed that with my own Cliff Racer mod, and I know it works. Like I've played it for the longest time, always, and my Cliff Racers didn't have any problem with the animation. So I'm going to install it to test it, just to find out if there's something truly broken with a number of creature mods. And I'll stop installing because if I install too much, I forget to test things. I want to check out The rats and the cliff racers, we'll see very quickly if there's a problem with their animation. It was so weird. Like there was a white rat that spawned, and imagine the head was spinning like this on its own. It's like really weird. And even what's her name? It's a companion mod by Melchior. Gizmo. Even Gizmo animation was broken. And I know Gizmo is fine. Like a number of mods had creatures that had a problem with animations. And I know it doesn't come from the mod itself. So let's test those. We do want water life. This not yet. We do want the birds, animated Morrowind, the rats, the Dwemer Sentinel, yes, yes. The master's updated. We'll see what if the FPS takes a hit already. I kind of doubt it. The other day I found a 20 to 50 short blade the other day hidden in a ribcage in a tomb that you never noticed before. Now it's hard not to go for it every time. But like, how good is it? What sort of short blade is it? Because 2550 is the damage, I assume? 30, but still good. But what sort of a weapon is it? Sort my mod list. Do it. It's called Nightblade. It's a dagger. Is that a vanilla item? It doesn't ring a bell. But obviously, as we all know, there are so many items that are in the game and we just don't know. But it doesn't ring a bell. And I've looked at the list of weapons a lot when making wares and all the mods. I don't remember seeing something called Nightblade. It must not. I kind of doubt it. Could have missed it. So, yep. We're going to merge the objects, especially since I've added creature mods that use the level list. Definitely needs to be updated. We had 2 overhauls, 75 graphic replacers, 32 creature mods, and a whole galaxy of gameplay tweak. Are you talking about Stellaris? No, you're not. You mean the mods we've installed so far? I'm confused. So confused. Yeah, and then we're gonna... Oh yes. Mod it till you break it. But I'm being super reasonable. Look at that. We are under 200 mods right now. And we've done replacers, sounds, gear, and items. We only need to do NPC, creatures, quest, dungeons, city overhauls, landscape overhauls, just that. But after that, we are good. Nightblade is not in the vanilla game. I don't think so either. Also found an abandoned ebony mine that is super hard not to... Is that the one, the abandoned Hlalu mine? You did check. Good. Let's go. Back in the game. An hour later, we're going back in the game. I didn't check that, but I took a note of it. I'm very excited to enter your Titan of Helluva weapon and armor mod. Go for it. I'm very happy with it. Like Killing Spree, the weapon one, has a shitload of weapons. The Helluva armor, which I've named Panoplies, like I've cut down a lot of it, but I feel that I've managed to keep the very best from the 2000 era of modding. Let's go with that. And I've added some of the armor by Hedgehog from the Symphony because I really like them. And at first I was really worried that a lot of people would find them a little too over the top, because the symphony is quite over the top. But I was really quite pleased that a number of people are saying, you know what? It's growing on me, and I'm happy with that. It's gonna be a pretty Breton this time. Well, ooh. Why am I missing so many textures? Looks like from the Korean hair. Yeah, that's fine. And this time will be a... Yeah, voila. Doesn't really matter. I shouldn't even be spending time choosing a face. I missed a ridiculous armor, but come on, it needed it. We were talking about, you know, being purist and lore friendly. I am not open-minded enough to have purple Dwemer armor, turquoise ebony armor, and fuchsia daedric. It was too much. Ooh, lovely outfit. Denina, you're going to be disappointed. Look at that. Working in sandals.
Going, so if you could make it quick.
Shame on you, Circusius. Shame on you. But the robe, looking good. Good outfit for you. So I have my cool background. But what I really like, the background is cool, like it is what it is, I like it. I might get tired of it. I really like, wait for it, there we go. In vanilla, I am never going. Basically, Denina, that's the way it is. Every time I start a game and I see him in sandals, I think about you. That's just the way it is. And as you know, between the permadeath and the testing, I see this dude very often, so I think of you quite regularly. not in an angry way or anything, okay? But I just think of you. Yeah, I know. Us Bretons like to look good, even when sailing across the sea. Prisoner hair salonist. Leopard skirted ordinators. I must say, welcome back 7th Monday, that the Ordinator Armor is one of my least favorite because it's so bulky, and there's the leopard print, but it's just a little bit. It's not too bad. It's more the bulkiness for me. But as I was saying, in vanilla, the moment you have your weapon out, you just stay like that forever. This is the tweaked animation from the Symphony, and I like the fact that you can have your weapon out but not be ready to poke people in the face with it. And I also absolutely adore, like, obviously when you're moving and sneaking, you're sneaking and moving, but when you stop, it gets a little more comfortable that way. And also it's great if you want to roleplay, praying to any deity, proposing to anyone. Now you can. So I absolutely love that. Okay, what did we want to test? We want to test the creatures, so we're going to give ourselves a higher level. That way we're gonna have a greater variety of creatures. Wow, crap, I am slow. Oh, of course I'm sneaking. I was more than normally slow. Alright, step 1, FPS and Satanin. It really shouldn't change all that much because we've only added mostly creatures so far. Hi, bye. Script King attack. Possibly. So my FPS in Satanin is now 30. Interesting. I was at 40 before, wasn't I? we'll have to compare with Balmora. Ah. Let's do that, and let's do also... Yes.
Keep moving.
Interesting choice of colors. It must be Fargoth. Have I installed my cheat mod? I don't. I have not installed the cheat mod. I think we are good with the animations. Come on, click faces. Didn't I see yeah. Next time, you won't attack me. No. No, creatures are still bugged. Bummer. And I do not know where that comes from. It's not from the mod, I'm sure. From as far as I can tell, this bird, I need to go back and see it. This is from Pirate Lords. No, from TR. Too many mods. Oh, I'm really disappointed about the creatures being bugged. Interesting. The fledgling is okay. As far as I can tell, it's the retextured creatures that have, come on, that have animation issues. Let's go check out that skirt. It might be from Silaria. She's got a big mod. Not installed disease creatures just yet. But I know it won't be an issue because you don't add models. I believe this is... the shirt is Silaria's. Sorry on that fear. It's because of the Nina. Where did I drop a shirt? There it is. This one is... So the skirt is Wesley's, and there we go. It will be easier that way. This is Wesley, and this is Silaria. Okay. So the skirt is Wesley's, probably from Epcot. There, all better. All better.
My time is precious,
Still
so
wearing
make
this
it
one.
quick.
What a disappointment with the creatures. You uninstalled Wesley's clothes because the plate broke immersion for you. It's true, it's not extremely vanilla. Alright, looking at Balmora. 21-23. It looks like the mods that I have just installed actually, all by themselves, eat at 5 to 10 FPS. That feels like a lot. What did I install exactly? Actors. I've installed Water Life and Where Are All the Birds Going? The specters, there's no way these would do anything to my FPS. Or those. These might have extra. No, they use the vanilla spawn points. These add. I haven't added the new NPCs yet. That's the thing. So the rats can go away. I know they're not good. Water life is a master, isn't it? I'm not seeing it. Isn't water life a master? There it is. How about water life? Alright, I've disabled water life, animated Morrowind. Where are the birds? And tooth ecology. Let's go back in the game and try that again. Tasty. Tasty. So there's water life. Where are the birds? And triangle tooth. These are the three possible mods. Honestly, 10 FPS is quite a bit. But if I have to choose, I would remove triangle tooth ecology. Not because I don't like it, but because I still have many mods to install. Sure. Need Vardenfell, here we go.
This is becoming most unpleasant.
Looking at Seidenine, 30. Maybe it's where I was standing when I looked at my FPS the first time, when I measured 40. So I kind of just have 30 and that's it. This dress is not broken. It is a retexture, and I know it is quite a bit different from vanilla. It is a Rubberman's texture, and I just like how optimized the models, and it's not just a retexture. He also optimized the models. 30 in Balmora. Confirmed. So, yeah. I know it's quite different from vanilla, but It's good for my FPS. And I don't mind the sort of washed out colors of it. I like it. Ooh, you are wearing a cuirass from Panoply. It's
If
one
you're
of the,
here for a chit-chat, move along.
one of the symphony ones, actually. Looking at Fort Pelagiad, 30. Do not.
I
Do
do not
not.
speak with vagrants.
He called me a vagrant. Do not make this guy upset with you. I suspect he's a butcher or something. Makes me wonder what he's carrying in that little bag of his. Dupe the chopper. Could be. Alright, let's try that again. Hang on, that race, I don't remember you. My racers, I removed them. The rat replacers, it's not a rat replacers, it's just, you have grey rats, brown rats, black rats, white rats. But they're gonna have the funny head, so not interested. Okay, testing again, this time with water life. If I have to choose between water life and the birds mod, I think I prefer water life. Hey Glisp, welcome back. Let's go with water life and see if I get any difference in FPS. I'm gonna add one after the other to see if I can determine which one is possibly the greediest. I suspect triangle tooth ecology might be it. And I base that bird life. Yes, I think water life is better out of the two. More essential for me. I base that the fact that triangle tooth might be the one the greediest in terms of FPS. I base that on the fact that Abbott doesn't use it. And when I asked him why, he said because adding spawn points would have a bad effect on FPS, which we do know. It's the list itself is going to be for permadeath, but I'm still a long, long way from being able to play. It is. I agree. All right, let's go again. Crap, I should have quick saved or something, so I don't have to create a character again. I mean, I would get all kinds of warnings. It's a different game. But it's no big deal. I know there's really not much in my save game. Perfect.
Do you seek an audience with me?
This is, oh, that was my adorable Breton person. Was that before or after I gave myself a level? Brilliant. So coming out of the office in Seidenine with water life and animated Morrowind. I do have my 30 in Seidenine, so that doesn't look bad. 30 in Seidenine. No difference. I'm starting to doubt that I had a difference in FPS in the first place. Looking at Balmora. $28, $27, $30, no difference. Admittedly, most of the spawn points that I have would be in the wilderness anyway. My game is ruined. Quit! You gave me a warning. Quit. I will have none of that.
I will listen, Outlander.
See,
but
he's
make
not
it
a
quick.
butcher anymore. Pelagia at 30, looking at the Ascaden Isles 30. What is my cap on FPS? I think I capped it at 60 also. Because I feel that anything more than that is a bit, you know, unnecessary. Indie, no. Yeah. So 60 is the maximum, but I will never have 60 FPS unless I play vanilla, I guess. But I don't wanna. I don't care. I want animated Morrowind. That's the truth. I want it. Alright. So, water life, I keep. Maybe on open Morrowind, and then you know there's modded and modded. Like right now, the mods that I have would be considered a lot of mods for a lot of people, when it's just audio and graphics and lots and lots and lots of clothes to wear. Uninstall, please. So no birds for this install. I keep those. I keep animated Morrowind. I keep that. I keep that. I'm gonna remove this one. We want to see babies and corpses. All right. Let's test that. I want to test it and make sure that it's fine before I go and add mods. Mind you, right now I haven't looked for conflicts at all. I haven't even bothered to use the conflict detector or test review. And the reason why I haven't done that is not because you should not detect conflicts in your game. You definitely should. I haven't done that because the mods that I've installed right now don't conflict, or if they conflict, it's because they modify the same level list or the same object, which is exactly what they're supposed to do, and then we merge the objects and we merge the list, so no conflict. Conflict gone. Magicked away. Another 10 years from now, and we can start calling you Morrowind Grandma. Glisp, you always know how to please people. In 10 years, I will be 56. 5, actually. I keep thinking I turned 46, but Audel promised me that I'm 45. So I'm a year younger than I thought. I guess, though technically to be a grandma, you kind of need to have a child who's got a child, and that's not happening. Can you say at least like cool grandma, you know, hype grandma, something? Just grandma feels a bit stressing on the grandma. I think my game is ready to be tested. Let's go. You want to be my grandkid? I don't know, Glisp. I don't know about that. You're all my children. You're my Morrowind children. Yes, yes, yes.
Do you seek an audience with me?
But I appreciate the sentiment, though. Alright, we're still level 100. I'm gonna do myself a favor and I'm gonna quick save after I've unlocked this. Actually, I'm going this way. I'm gonna do myself a favor and quick save after I have given me the set player, given myself a whole bunch of speed. There we go. Woo! So fast I missed the door. Well, maybe it's my age. Can't see. Alright. 28, 29, 30 in Satanine. 34, 20 to... My FPS is almost better, actually. Dashing Fargoth as always. Minor clipping on the shoes, but I still think it looks good from a distance. Scaring Grandma calls everyone her grandkids. Yeah. Except not really keen on emulating anyone. So for now you'll just be guys. Balmora. Balmora. Do. Crap, now I'm back to 20 in Balmora. I'm guessing that might be to Stone Forest, yeah. That might be due to animated Morrowind. But really, like, animated Morrowind is 3 NPCs. There's this guy standing here. In fact, in Balmora, that's the only one I can think of who's there. Looking good.
Say your words.
This is the local drunk orc. I'm in 21. Yeah, it really depends where I'm looking at. Next to Ravir. Oh, you mean on the other side, the brigands. He's not here right now. The beggar. But if I give you money, it's gonna go through your fingers. I'd rather not. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There you go. You're welcome. So I definitely get a hit in Balmora.
What do you want?
Wow. See, every time we look at him is different. I like that. The outfit might not always be perfect or just good. Who doesn't get a hidden Balmora outside? I know. We're on to him, right? Definitely. Hey, what a man. Welcome back. Mine hit in Pelagiad, maybe. But I now have a bard who actually plays music, so I'm keeping the guy. I don't care. I'll pay the price, the FPS price. Who are you? Imperial Archer, but why? Why the look? You really shouldn't have your clothes changed because this is vanilla. It looks like I may have given some wares gear to Imperial archers, which is clearly not a good idea. Yeah, that's definitely... We have TR, Panoply, TR, Tongue. Good stuff though. But that is something, joke aside, that I want to fix. Where's NPC? Imperial Archer. I'm guessing I didn't filter him out because he doesn't have the guard.
Any time now.
Oof, no. That's not good. I will make sure that the Imperial Archers are not given any fancy gear. That's just not good. Not good at all. Yeah, no, it's really, really bad. Anyway, that's where we are with the FPS. See here, I get 20 looking out. Oh no, the armor itself is good. It's just his choice. The assemblage, as we would say in France. Probably. In the wilderness, a lovely 40. Well, 56. This is where I stay. I don't want to go anywhere else. We got almost 50 FPS. This is it. We're gonna play the game here, and enemies will come to us. That's it. Daggers, or we're waiting for you. See what we're talking about, the distant land? I don't know that I want to see that far. And I need to find, I have a shader. I can't remember the name or anything, but it would make the lines in the distance blurred, and it was not the cinematic one. Like, I know there's the one where if you have something in front of you and you're looking at something in the forefront, then everything in the background, because you're sort of focusing here, everything in the background is not as sharp. But that's not what I want. I don't want to see the horizon so clearly. An oily mushroom, you think? It's vanilla. I mean IT, but vanilla. All right, let's add some more. More. Ah, like, did you see what I was seeing? Were you looking exactly in the same direction I was looking at? You see my distant land? The pond down there in the middle of my screen? That was the replacer I had with sort of the foam of everything. And then I decided to switch for this one, but I did not rerun my distant land. So when I'm close, that's the texture that I have, but when I'm further, I have the old replacer. I'm not going to rerun the distant land just yet. For now, it's not necessary. The Impermanence of Life, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. All right, next actors. Dangerous Roads of Morrowind, I want it. I will regret it, because those people kill me. Howdy, indeed, welcome on in. Dangerous Roads of Morrowind, and this one, it's something that has been tweaked by Abbott, and then also by Lucifer, so honestly, this is as good as it gets. Dreamer's expansion, I wanted. This is not going to do anything to my FPS because those guys are only in the Dreamer bases, and it's indoors in the caves. This one doesn't add any NPCs, so that shouldn't have any impact on my FPS. It just makes the NPCs deadly. It's exactly what you want when you're doing permadeath. I install it. Smarter Caster, also a mod. It doesn't add NPCs. What it does, like, let me show you actually. You have to see it to believe it. construction set. Here we go. Let me show you how NPCs are given spells. And it's all like that. That's the way the engine does it. When you create a new NPC, they're given spells based on their skills and level. And personally, for the longest time, I have used, I forgot the name of the button, but I'll show you. Yes, the author has put it down for some reason. Now, what I can do, I can share with you. I'll put that in mods. If Norm, well, you'll find my Discord if you want it. I can share with you. That is the version that has been improved by Abbott and Lucifer. What do I want? Opt-in. There you go. I've added it to my Discord in the mods channel. Right. So, NPCs. Make a new NPC with a funky ID and it's a high elf and it's a mage. Not a Mabrigash, a mage. Auto-calculate stats, that's what it is. So without it, if I say you're level 100, oops, where is my fake guy? AS. If I say you're level 100, but the stats are just the same, which is why usually you do that, and then all of a sudden these and these are adjusted, as well as the spells. 100 is a bit crazy. Let's see what a level 20 mage gets as a spell, and that is true for any NPC that has level 20 and 74 in destruction and other ones. We have poison, powerful, sure, deadly, will work. Masterful red wisdom. It's like a 45 something. Let's find out. Spell making. Here it is. So then I have a fortified destruction skill. Why not? Rapid regenerate, poet's whims, Vivek's mercy, block, masterful red. So it's got masterful red wisdom, surpassing red wisdom. So this is all the same thing. Blood despair, dire weakness to poison, magicka, frost, fire, drain destruction. Like, come on. Second barrier, maybe. You see what I'm saying? Weakness to, no, that's abilities actually. You see what I'm saying? Like, they get spells, and I'm gonna be generous and say half of them are kind of pointless for the NPC. And then one on top of that, you know a little bit about how NPCs cast their spells. It's a little bit obscure, so nobody knows. But essentially, they go from, they look at their list of spells. That's what I'm trying to explain. But I'm not completely sure. Like, nobody I talked to was sure. But essentially, they're gonna cast the most powerful spell they have first. And for them, the most powerful spell is the one that costs the most. So it's gonna go, all right, most powerful spell, I cast you, and then you, and then you, and then you. And then it goes back to the top of the list and see which spell is the most powerful, basically. But essentially, it just goes through the list. It might not be the most powerful. It could be the one that cost the least. I'm not entirely sure. I forgot. But anyway, they go through the list. So there it is. So going back, it's even crazier if you look at NPCs with alteration and restoration. They get a lot of fortify armorer. Yeah, that's gonna help them a lot. And absorb whatever. It's just the spells that NPCs get are not great. No, we don't say that. Which is why this one is going to change the spells. Does it change only the spell? No. Let me just give them a spell list and enchantment base. There we go. And just by doing that, just by giving them spells that are useful for them and that they know how to use, that's it. So it does that for vanilla NPCs, not necessarily all of them, but anyway, they're a lot nastier. And then smart casters pretty much does the same. There might be some conflict between the two. To be honest, I don't want to open it. It's a dark. It's gonna open everything. So I'm going to install both. However, well, perfect. I'm gonna put smart casters first because More Deadly Morrowind Denizen is also done with Blood Moon and Tribunal rebalance in mind. So I think this one doesn't affect as many NPCs as that one. So this does all spellcasters and this does some of them. So I have this one, blanket, and then that one. So we'll do that. Sometimes I wait until they finish buffing before I have them. That's so nice of you. Yes. Mark you. You cannot get my soul. Never mind. I am marking you for death. Everybody deserves a chance. Now with these two mods, NPCs and particularly spellcasters, you know, they will have weakness to fire and then fireball, and weakness to poison and then poison ball, rather than fortify destruction, absorb destruction, weakness to fire and poison. Yeah, it is the newer of the two mods, definitely. I mean, yeah, I would say a year or two, not more. Umbra, didn't I already install Umbra? Maybe not. No, I didn't. This tab, I haven't talked about it at all because I know the mods and I don't really pay attention, but no. Umbra changes the Claymore model, which is fine. I want you to be the one that stays in my game. Animated Morrowind. I have two animated Morrowind. Let me look at that. I can delete it safely. I know that they're the same. The mod hasn't been updated in a long time. Is Smarter Caster the newer, better one? I wouldn't say one is better than the other. Smarter Caster is older. Yeah. Smarter Caster is older and does only spellcasters, and like all of them, if not nearly all of them. More Dangerous Denizens of Morrowind, or Morrowind Denizens, does the spells but also gives them enchanted items. So it's not just spellcasters, and I don't think it covers all of the NPCs, only the more important ones, but like quite a few of them. So you can have both. You know what? Let's take a real good look at the two mods, because I have never really checked. Because I'm quite happy loading this one first and this one second. But the Elder Disk, yes, my hard disk, my SSD drive is called the Elder Disk. That's for Morrowind. It's not for the OS. Don't be ridiculous. It's for Morrowind. And what do I want? Modding. Plugin detector. And we want to look at, in my new install, we are looking at this one and this. No, not everything. Sorry, try again. This one and There you go. So these are all the NPCs that both mods modify. Smart Casters doesn't do anything to the equipment, and I can't really see the spells. Like at some point, you know, the code doesn't mean anything to me, so nothing. This one changes its items a little bit, or not. We have swords, we have pens. Gives him a potion. It's a shame I can't see the spells. If I looked with a test review, I would probably get more information. But for now, I wanted to see how many NPCs overlap. So they do. But I think you keep smart casters first, because it adds spells to the NPCs, whereas more deadly Morrowind denizens is going to add spells and change their inventory. No, they're the spells. Yeah. Okay, the first one just didn't have spells. That's why I couldn't see them. Alright. So, katana, amulet, common ring, shoes, great squares, gold, not change. Alright. Smart Casters gives it custom-made spells and really something to make him use fire, frost, and shock, and maybe some poison. This one gives him shock and fire spells as well as a bound spell. So there you have it. It would be funny if some NPCs at the beginning of fight cast drain luck on the player. Some Bosmer NPC. Yeah. Would that Bosmer NPC be wearing a full set of ebony armor? Because I know one, and it's super lucky, so I could explain it. Oh, it would be absorb luck, actually. Does Denizen give NPC a spell they cast that gives them sanctuary and other buffs? I don't know. I mean, we could, technically, we could look at every single NPC and see what sort of spell they have, but I don't really want to do that. But one thing is for sure, more deadly denizen only gives vanilla spells, whereas smart casters are given, like the spells are being crafted. And you see, like, the author made some sorcerer spells, some battle spells for fire, something for clerics. If you only want the spells, then Smart Caster is better, but I like that this one will also give items and potions to some of the NPCs as well. I want both, which is why I stick by this order. So most of my spellcasters will have their highly customized spell list. Some will have slightly less customized spell list, but also maybe some items. 24-hour stream, nah, not happening. And in fact, I'm not even doing the 12-hour stream that I normally do for my birthday, simply because, well, my birthday is over and it feels a bit silly to do it a week or 2 weeks after. So there it is. And also, to be able to do the 12-hour stream, I need to take the Sunday off because I work on Sunday morning. So it's not happening. However, hear me out, guys. Actually, I would love to have your opinion on that. You know that in May is going to be the 24-hour stream going through. Oh, wow. That would be hard. Not only for me, but for anyone to stay more than 5 minutes during the stream. But I was going to say May. In May, it's going to be Morrowind 20th anniversary, right? And I was thinking, not even joking, I want to do something. I don't know, maybe Bethesda is going to have something planned. A new DLC for Morrowind. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be something planned. I don't know. With the Dark Elf guy, there's going to be the Modathon, which happens every year. So maybe there's going to be a little extra to make it a bit more special. We don't know just yet. So I'd like to do something. And I was thinking of 12 hours. I know I can do 12 hours of Morrowind, but maybe we can push it to 20 hours of Morrowind. And just playing Morrowind, like I love it, obviously, and it's a very special game for me. They will really... maybe there's gonna be something. A fishing mod. Mark my words. A fishing mod for Morrowind. We just have to wait and see. But here's what I was thinking. Tell me if you think it would be fun, interesting, doable. A long stream. Not very sure on how long it would be, but I would really like to have either people in the chat, but ideally people in common voice. I think people are more willing to come and talk during the live stream now than they were, 6 months ago. To just share a Morrowind memory of sort, like I remember the first time I remember the first time I went into a tomb. I was so creeped out and paralyzed just because of the whispers. That was one of the most terrifying experiences for me playing the game. But I'm sure lots of people have all kinds of anecdotes, I guess. Things that happen in their game, and I would absolutely love to hear those. That would be fun, right? I mean, I could tell you what happened in my game that I think was fun, but chances are you were there, so it's not exactly interesting. Hey guys, do you remember that one time where I died? Yeah, there was this rat. You like the idea? Okay, I'll keep thinking about it. But I think it would be quite nice. Then there's the how practical that is. That would mean that people would have to be on my Discord, right? Haunted tomes, like seriously. It's like, I just feel that I'm really quiet, and I don't want to speak, and I don't want to breathe too loudly either. It's just crazy. A little bit of PTSD, maybe that's what it is. Okay, I'll think about that. That'd be fun. Mucho fun. Am I done installing my NPC mods? No, not nearly. This is already installed, so there's no need. Where are we? Down here? Riders, I must have it. I don't care. I give you 2 FPS if that's required. Riders, you have those guards. The 6th house is quite oof. I mean, now when I enter a cave and it's all red, I just turn around. That's how it is. But I don't think I'm as scared. I'm scared for the life of my characters, but the tomb is the one where I am scared. Whereas my character has no idea. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's go get the Manta's ring. And I'm like, no, I don't wanna. Anyway, I'm installing riders. That's where you have all kinds of guards riding all kinds of guars. It's just too good. CMM guards, patrols, and quest. I've had this mod installed for a while. I'm going to keep it because I like having guards in the wilderness, because I add creatures and enemies in the wilderness and I feel that they should help me. But I have yet to find a guard that actually gave me a quest. Of course, it's not like I've explored most of Morrowind, and I could take a look in the construction set as well, but like it would spoil the mod for me a little bit, so no. MWSC, no. Oh, Mike on the mainland. I don't have TR installed. Just don't look at me like that. It's one guy standing at the Silstrider port. How much harm can it do to my game? Traveling merchants, must have. Again, don't care about the FPS. Like I already told you, I like my game to be alive. Even more the roads. Like we've had mods that put people in the cities and in the inns and everything forever, which is great. But the roads, how am I the only person on the roads of Vardenfell apart from 3 pilgrims, 2 traders, and 1 outlaw? Like that just doesn't work for me. So there it is. Yet another guard diversity. As a matter of fact, you know, my Imperial Archer, I was really surprised to find him because obviously, like, that's the first thing I noticed, right? This is so out of place. I've got a feeling that because I always have yet another guard diversity that I load after wares, that's why I've never seen those Imperial Archers, because they get modified by yet another guard diversity. Let's test that theory. Must have that. Do I want all of it? Concept darkness is lightweight. No, I think we'll go just for the preachers. I don't want to add anything to the cities because there's always the faint hope that if I have a few FPS to spare, I could add a city overhaul. So I don't want to add anything to the cities just yet. This is just mostly an audio mod, and at given times of the day in this, you can hear and apparently see a guy reading, preaching. Want it. Boys in the Hood. I play at 15 as well. Like 15 is my normal FPS. And I don't mind 15. It's smooth enough for me, to be honest. What are you boys in the Hood? Are you just what? Outdoor NPCs in Seidenin, Balmorasser, and Narmor, blah 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 blah. Oh yes, okay. This one doesn't add NPCs at all. It shouldn't be here actually. It's not an NPC mod. What it does is, depending on the weather, outdoor NPCs in those places will have a hat. Love it. It is not an actor mod though. It's I'm not sure what do I call it? It does modify NPC, mind you. Install. Blood Moon rebalance, yes, definitely. My racers, I don't want this one, unfortunately. No, I don't delete, sorry. I uninstall. The preaching mod is so good. Though the first time I was like, what is happening? What's happening in my ears? What's going on? Stonewood Pass, might install it again. All the city, I put that with city overhaul because Stonewood Pass is going to have a great impact on any Caldera mod you install. So we'll see. I might install it. But okay, that's it. That's it for the NPCs and creature mods. Have I really installed Friends and Foes just yet? I don't remember installing Friends and Foes. I mean, is I passed away to check? No, I have not installed Friends and Foes. Only the mod that took the most. I was gonna say that was the longest to make. Might be, that's not what I wanted. Also, oh, there it is. Actors FF. I don't know how I missed it. There it is. Core, NoTR add-on. Not more. Fewer people with Wesley's heads. That's all I need. Install. And this is where I lose 20 FPS, and I will know it's my mod doing it, and they will be very unhappy. So now we can have this. I see Blood Moon rebalance, and I didn't see Tribunal rebalance. I'm guessing maybe I sorted that as gameplay or something else. After a while, it's kind of hard to track all the mods that I have and how I decided to categorize one. Because obviously one mod is never really just one. Oh, no, they could be, but is rarely just one category. I feel the same with OAV Grayson when you enter Telvos. What am I hearing? Telvos, did you see Norm? Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't want to start telling you about something you already know. But a couple of weeks ago, we looked at the Graceland and Telvos with Melchior, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So Graceland is a mod I will install. Again, I'm gonna pay with my FPS, but I feel it's worth it. Riders we want, the preachers we want, my couriers, my smart casters that will kill me, and Umbra that moves about, and the god diversity. Let's let Mlox do the hard work. Like, Mlox doesn't know absolutely everything, but I feel quite honestly that with Friends and Foes and Wares, I had to look at many mods that add NPC and clothes, and then I added the rules, the Mlox rules for most NPC and clothing or armor weapon mods. Then Random Bell working on Beautiful Cities of Morrowind, so I would be looking at shops, quests, houses, anything to do with cities. He added also plenty of rules, so these are sorted. And now Lucas, that goes by Sigurd, also is adding rules as he's working on his guide of modlist. So honestly, even the newer mods in the last year, I would say, are getting the rules added to Mlox, whereas before that no one was adding them. You seem to have a lot of Wares compatible was installed. Is that out of habit, or are you actually intending? Oh yes, I love them. I mean, that's why I made the mod. I think I should come clean. I didn't do it for you guys. I did it for me. I absolutely just love seeing people wearing different things. I like to... Okay, when you install Wesley's exotic imports, for example, like, you know, if you go to Saran and all of the items are going to be there, right? No, no, like, I made it. Did I install it? See, I made a Wares version for it, but I did not publish it because I think it's a mod by Bahamut, and there are no perms for it. So I made it for myself, but I didn't share it with you guys. That being said, the Tribunal robes, I only added it to traders of the temple. And that's it. NPCs are not gonna wear them. So I do use all of them, and I enjoy looking at NPCs and saying, oh, you got this from that. And even more so, I really enjoy going into a shop. Like, with the original mods, I know where to go to get the full set of whatever it is. And as long as I have the money, I can buy it. But now, like, I go to any shop, and any shop might have not a unique item, but like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, it will be there for a month, and then it will be something else. So for me, it makes the shopping experience a lot more fun. What did I do? Did I do my list again, guys? No, I didn't. I run Mlox. So merge everything. So yes, I have everything. No, I have all of them installed. No, not true. I don't have, there's a robe mod, a G something. That was a request and I'm not using it because they're not better body robes and they wouldn't fit with my better body robes and mods that I have. But I tend to have most of them, if not all of them, including some that I have not shared. No, not those. I don't think those are published just yet. I know they're on the Discord, but I'm not in the Discord and I don't want to go in there just to grab files. I feel that's, I mean, that's fine, but yeah. And then lists. No, I forgot. Much older. They are the robes that were added to the Hostiles mod. And I didn't like them in the Hostile mod, so maybe there's that also. Old Demon Heart with your mod really does play into the City of Adventure idea. The sheer amount of wares item, I would imagine you get a lot. Personally, with wares, I do have the More mod, which again, I didn't make it for me at first. Let's take a look. But the thing is, if you only have wares, vanilla wares and TR, you don't need to have the More add-on for it. But obviously, the more wares mod you have, because a trader is going to have 10 to 20 new items. If you have 5 mods, you're more likely to see those items. Let's make a new game. Then if you have 20 mods, like the more mods you have, the less likely you are to see a specific item. There we go. So more is definitely important for me. We are going to be a high elf lady. What is this model? It's definitely one of Wesley's. But I'm missing some colors. I will check. I think it might be the Korean mod. And for this, we will start as a sailor. No. As a queen. Of what we will never know. It doesn't matter. My time is short, Outlander. An absolute treat to see you. I really like, that's one of my memories. One of the first time that I was playing with Hold It. Hold It is a super old mod. And I had given the noble an hourglass. And I was really hesitating. I was like, isn't it a bit weird to walk around? Oh my goodness! Look at that, I am a queen! That's right. Damn right. That's what you're supposed to look like when you're a queen. I even have a silver cuirass. I was given 2 exquisite shirts even. I chose it. It's one of my favorite. Am I missing textures on the ears? Definitely need to reinstall my hair mods. Some assets were not installed properly. Clearly. Kill a queen, right? Now the noble robes comes from Epcot by Wesley, but if you have my mod ahead of the classes, it's a little bit the same idea as with wares, where I wanted my mod to be smart enough to know what you have installed and to use what you have installed. So if you have Epcot installed, you get that robe. If you don't, well, you don't. That's simple. So I like to create some sort of synergy where 2 mods are more than the 2 mods. Like, they give you something extra. Off with their head! This is a power, which means that once a day I should be able to kill something, to order something dead. NPCs up to level 15 if they are warriors, more if they are mages, but you still need to be able to walk up to them and go, off with their head! That's how you cast spells in Morrowind. Anyway, we're a queen. Let's not run around like that. It's a bit too much. We don't need to set the levels really. Let's see the FPS. I'm a little anxious to see Friends and Foes for sure is going to take down some FPS. My guess is about 5 FPS. That is unavoidable, and that's about the same thing you would get with... Not even. Oh, I have a headless NPC over there. I have to install Wesley's head pack. Look at that!
Go ahead, stranger.
Isn't
I really
he
don't have time
dashing?
for this, so make it quick.
Incredibly dashing. You are missing a head. Sorry. This is not me. Let's go and check Pelagia. I want to see that Imperial Guard. Someone gives him a head. When you have to take me seriously. When I said off with their heads, that happens. No, I know you meant literally the face and nothing else. I understood nothing else. How is the grass with your FPS? I don't think the grass on its own. Did I put my shortcut? No. When I quit the game, remind me to put a shortcut to enable and disable the grass so we can see. Typically, grass and shaders would be 5 FPS tops. Tops. All right. See? She's fine. Because she's been replaced. That's why I never saw that I modified the Imperial Archers, because I have, I think it's half mod, that changes the guards. So now we know. Oh, too many people.
Speak, traveler.
I'm sorry. I need to install Wesley's Master Head Pack. Ignore them. I'm just too mighty as a queen. The Nord was wearing... I see the Nord. It might be the wood armor cuirass, because that's added by Panoply. It used to be in Helova. Yes, it's the wood armor. Which, I mean, let's be objective for a second. By today's standards, this is just horrendous. This is basically the Netch cuirass, where we've given a leaf pattern to, like, that makes no sense, and then an ugly green stretched textile for the belt. It's just bad. It's honestly, it's really just bad. When you see the newer type of armor, we talked with Rufin last Thursday, and we looked at the armor that he made, including the very first early sets that, you know, he says they're just ugly kid bash. They're already 1,000 times better than that. However, if I play as a druid, I'm gonna want to be wearing a wood cuirass. that is a bad retexture of the Netch armor. So I left it, mostly for role-playing purposes. And this guy, he likes wood. Who knows? Talk to him. Maybe he's got something to say about it. Everyone needs a little goofy 2003 armor in their games. Exactly. It feels like that fairy mod you have a wear patch for all the lift textured clothing. Is it the Corona? Corana. Oh my goodness. Corana. Not. Sorry. Ashtar and Ruffin are heroes. Yeah, Corana. Corana is, without a doubt, the modder that made me want to mod the most. My very first attempt at modding, I may have told you that story before. My very first attempt at modding, I had downloaded and installed all the house mods that Corana had. And I was like, okay, I want the bedroom from this one. So there was Solstheim Castle, Pearl Palace in particular, but Wizard Tower as well. And what I did is I loaded all of the houses in the construction set, and then I changed the doors. So the door from Solstheim Castle that would take me to the bathroom actually took me to the bathroom in Pearl Palace. And I did that, and it was just so bad. In fact, I believe I made my game crash, and also I had no idea how dialogues and scripts worked. So when I took her alchemist and I moved her to a different house, she didn't sort things anymore because I didn't keep her dialogue or scripts. But I was like, why is she not sorting things anymore? I was, yeah. My early modding attempts. So that was
You like to dance close
the
to
wood
the
armor.
fire,
Look at
don't
those
you?
sandals though. I think they're the slave sandals. Gunvar, is there something you want to tell me? But hey. Oh, are you sure? It's a mod that added a tree by Vivek? Are you absolutely sure? Because she has Clothiers of Solstheim that adds a huge tree, but like massive tree closer to Nizis. In the West Gash around Nizis. With the little fairies dancing around. Is that the one you mean? Because then there's also Kalishan that made dryad dresses, but I haven't done anything for wares with it, so probably not that. Anyway, good news, my FPS, we have between 25 and 30 looking at Pelagiad, so I've dropped maybe 2 FPS, but I do have more NPCs in there, so I'm happy with that. Very. Ooh. The texture on that tree though. We didn't do anything with the Ascadan Ios trees. That honestly doesn't look very good. What do you think, guys? Like, you know what I thought for a second? I thought that I had the shader, the cinematic shader that blurs things in the distance. Oh, it could be then. It could be the one that there's a trader in particular. And Gripples! Welcome back, Gripples! How is it going? Thank you for the host. Always appreciate it. Ooh, 7th Monday. If you're still around, Thargoth wants to be your friend. I'm still wearing my queen's dress in the middle of Pelagiad. It feels a little out of place, but I'm a queen and it's just the way it is. Doing okay, how about yourself? I'm doing good. What can I say? Still Morrowind. Some things never change, do they? No, quite happy. We have the first snow, so that's nice. So what are you going to do? 7th Monday, you can type exclamation mark friends, exclamation mark run, or exclamation mark Riskar. These are your 3 options. What do I do with that tree? It's just so... It's visibly uglier than the rest. Honestly. Like, sincerely. And I don't think I'm extremely demanding when it comes to textures and models. Look at that sky, by the way. Still vanilla. Enhanced vanilla, but vanilla. I think I have to replace the Escade and IS tree. I'm fine with the parasol trees. They're just vanillas. Lucky you. The token means that at some point you'll be able to summon Fargo. But don't use it now. I think it's been borked. Now, is it just this model? It's... Why does it look so bad? Like, I almost wonder if intelligent textures didn't get overwritten at some point. Here's the pink sexy dress again.
Make it quick, Outlander.
So what is your job exactly? Surely you're not dressed like that to pick up cork bulb in the field. That just... It's vanilla. It's vanilla. I was considering a replacer and... Nice cleavage on her. Yeah, I know. It's not good to work the field. Maybe it's her day off. True. Alright. Balmora. And now I do have a bunch of extra NPCs in there. So that might be more painful. Overview of Balmora. I'm at 24.5 FPS. 21, 17, 23, and this is where I was before. 20. Alright. I think that's fair. Yes, we really were considering it. I did install the hybrid tree replacer because it's vanilla but with cleaner textures, and that's only the bitter coast. But I think I will put something in the Escade and Eyes because it's not pretty. So all my added actor mods cost me 10 FPS in Balmora.
Speak quickly,
The
Outlander,
colours.
or go away.
Matching and everything. Rude, but she was able to pick a shirt and a skirt that match. We have more headless people. I thought I heard somebody take a sword out or something. More headless people. Is that a bard? Oh. It is a bard. If only you had a head. Alright. So, Escade and Isles trees. And options are, I believe there's Remy's trees that I've used a lot. No, Friends and Foes does not... no, not really. MCA would add bandits in the towns, and originally I liked the idea, but then I hated that apparently I was the only person they ever wanted to attack in town, and I'm like, dude, what's the deal? Yeah, there's Noble right there. She's got more money than me, and she's not doing permadeath, so how about you attack her? So I didn't like that option. Like, on the roads, fine, I'm mostly the person on the roads. The hostiles only did wilderness and dungeons, but I was not super keen on the dungeons one. MCA does that as well, because like they would use the creature spawns for NPC spawns, and that at times it was like, no, that doesn't work for me. All right, trees. The options that we have. Replacers, trees. All right, so we have Valities and Scadian Isles. I guess making a fork of the mod that adds NPC that attack anyone based, that would be, I think it would require Lua, honestly. Because the way the Morrowind script works, you can say, if you see that NPC with that exact ID, then become aggressive and attack it. But with a mod like MCA, the hostiles, or friends and foes, that has a pool of NPCs and then level list to spawn them everywhere in the world, like you would have to say, if you see that exact NPC in Balmorad, then attack. If you see that other exact NPC in, like you would have to put an if for absolutely every NPC in town, or like most of the NPCs in town, and then that would be absolutely horrible to make. I don't even know about, you know, how it would affect the memory, but just to make, like, you take Balmora Vanilla, and we're just doing Balmora Vanilla, has 10 NPCs, Saran has another 10, Vivek has 20, maybe 30. It would be incredibly long and boring to make. Lua probably could do something. Lua would be able to say, if you see any NPC of that class, attack, for example. So that way you could get the bandits to prey on the commoners, and that's most of the people that you get in town. Like they wouldn't naturally attack the guards, like they wouldn't target the guards. So I think, Lua, I'm going to write it down and I'm going to ask people who know. Lua, attack a class. I think Lua can do it. Yeah, but we already do have a couple of, like, quite a few mods, even for Open Morrowind, that make the guards attack you when you're attacked. It still has the vanilla restriction that for you to be, it's not enough to be in combat, you need to have been hit for the guards to go, oh, they're trying to kill you, because you're running around in circles screaming, help, they're after me, and the bandits with their sword running after you and casting spells, the guards don't get it. You have to be hit, and then you're in combat. So if you're the first one to hit an NPC that is attacking you but hasn't hit you yet, the guards will arrest you. Like, and you go, no. Yeah. I'll That would be good, and I don't think it would be that complicated, but you would need a smart way to define the NPCs that attack. I'll see. I will ask probably Merlord for him. His day is just starting and he's gonna have Lua related questions from me, but that would be quite neat to make them attack commoners, pilgrims, traveling merchants, that sort of thing. You may want to take measures to exclude breaking quest. Yes, very good point. You would have to have a blacklist, like to blacklist NPCs that are anyway connected to any sort of quest. I think that's not too hard to do. That is not too hard to do, because I'm thinking that maybe it's already been done. If you take a mod like what am I thinking? It's not tooltip. Is it crosshair? It's not called crosshair. I don't want to search in there. And if you guys remember before me, the name is not third person from here. The name of the mod that changes the crosshair, it changes color if you're dealing with an essential NPC or with a quest related NPC. Cursor, accurate cursor, and discounts cursor, dated cursor. No, I don't think it's crosshair. Or tooltip. Classic FPS servers are no. It's not UI. I think it might be a mod by Untitled. Essential indicators. Got it. Essential indicators that already will have a different indicator for essential NPC, quest related NPCs. So my guess is that in his files, in his Lua files, he already has the list of NPCs. That would be would be my hope. Mod, essential indicators. Yeah. Here they are. These are the NPCs that are somehow connected with quest, main quest, faction quest, or anything. So really, we would just need to blacklist all of those NPCs. Here they are. Here they are. Anumaril already did the hard work. You see how she's these are all the NPCs connected with the main quest. This is all the main quest. Faction quest. Faction quest. And even the miscellaneous quests. So they're here. Anumaril has already done the hard work. Mwahaha. So I don't think it would be that hard to do. Says the girl who wouldn't be able to do it herself. But like, I think it could be done in such a way that, yeah, okay. Food for thoughts, guys. Food for thoughts. Was there something else we wanted to do? Yes. See if the grass is having any sort of impact on my FPS. Let's find out. In my mind, Outlanders might be the people most targeted by racist vocal, so Klaus Outlander. But the thing is, I do agree, though the bandits don't care, right? They are not motivated by racism, they're motivated by the money, I think. Unless they are bandits with an ideology, which is not impossible. But also Outlander is not a vanilla class. Like I would want, say, if I have a mod that adds NPCs, I would want the bandits to also target mods added by an NPC, as long as they are commoner or like a number of classes that would work. Right. What I would love to see is a mod where NPCs of a faction attack NPCs of another faction, like straight away. But I'm not sure it would actually work in Morrowind. It works great in Skyrim, where you have the whatever of Stendar that would attack undead on sight. What are they? Forgot their name. Or where a wolf is going to attack a rabbit on sight. I really like that. MGE, we're going to see if the grass is having any sort of impact. MGE, here we go. So we want to have a macro, and I'm gonna get this one, and it's going to be, I don't have shaders, but I think that will include my grass mods, I think. Pretty sure. Save. I think there was something for that. Function, shaders, FPS, crosshair, view range, disable music. Oh, toggle distant land. Oh, toggle grass, there it is. So we will have one for distant land on its own. And I'm gonna change this one to be just for grass because I don't have any shaders right now, so that wouldn't work. And grass. Toggle grass. Toggle distant land. Let's try that. I don't think it's using that much FPS. Like, I think 5 is all it's gonna do. Almost done with the coffee, guys. There we go. Here we go. I suppose banditry would occur towards foreign and more in Dwemer towns than imperial ones. Yes, probably. Or it could be... but honestly, if you're a smart bandit, you're not going to attack an imperial town that has a garrison. That'd be dumb. Like, no matter how much you hate... no matter how much you hate foreigners, you're not going to go in Pelagia that's got 1 guard for 4 inhabitants. It doesn't feel very, very smart. Alright, right now I have the grass and I have distant land. FPS 32, 31. Without the grass 34, 35. 2, 4, 3. I don't see that the grass is doing anything much, honestly. Distant land. Okay. Without distant land, we have definitely quite a change. The grass on its own does nothing. Distant land, I'm going from 30-ish to 40-ish. So definitely a solid 5. Grass is not overrated, and honestly, grass on its own does nothing for or against the FPS. No grass. I don't go higher than 30, between 25 and 30 with grass. Grass makes no difference. I don't know, because no distant land also means no grass. I cannot not have the distant land but have the grass. That sort of goes together. So I'm not prepared. Like, it's a bit. You see, I'd keep it, even though it definitely does quite what's the cause of yes, activators, NPCs, and I mean distant land, like you're rendering 3 times as much, maybe not 3 times, but I guess like twice as much as you normally do in the game. So you can't expect to see, you know, twice as much and have exactly the same FPS. You can, when you generate your distant land, is that all I wanted to test in here, guys? I think so. Let's quit. When you generate your distant land, you can play a bit with the settings. Oh, no, let's do something else. Let's go down to 3. Let's go down to 3. And not have the high quality atmosphere and distance coloring. Let's see if that makes a difference. So I'm rendering only 3 cells away, which is like, honestly. And then when you generate distant land, you can say generate miscellaneous items as well as statics. And so obviously that adds to it. And then you can also say only generate items that are at least this big. So by not rendering the smaller items, it's also better. Hello, welcome on in. Okay. So testing. MG FPS testing. I'm gonna go to the same spot. Look at that, how elegant you are today. Got a date with Fargoth. Alright. So, it does make a difference, guys. Like, I go between 30 and 34 with my distant land. No, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Okay. That is one ugly helmet you've got, honestly. That's friends and foes for you guys. Hey, hey, God. Look, she's attacking me. She's attacking me. But she's not hitting me. So because she's not hitting me, the guards are saying, well, clearly, you're not being attacked. I'll do this myself. The helmet is not very nice. Yeah, damn it, I died again. What is the helmet? Lebanese bronze helmet. This is actually TR. So it's not even a fancy... It's not even a fancy mod, you know. You can have the helmet back because otherwise you have no head. Praetorian, that is actually from Panoply. I got dice? Oh yes, this is get rid of you. There we go. Yes. Yes, but you're right, they do deserve something. Thank you, bot, for reminding me. Job bot. Watch it go. Easy. You got a job bot token. I mean, you can summon the job bot again. Not the greatest win, but the animation was worth it. Okay, so rendering 3 cells versus 5 does have a little effect on the FPS, like 3 to 4 FPS. And you see, like, sure, I can't see as far, but I don't feel like I don't see well enough. I think exclamation mark drop bot. But it might not work. No, it did work. Watch it fall. 7th Monday. You can summon Fargoth again. You're so lucky. So lucky. Yeah? Let's try another one. I do have game keys in there. It's challenge time. Oh, but I don't do the challenges so much, do I? It's been a long time. And we're not playing easy. What is the challenge? Denina, you should have received a PM with a game key. I don't know which one it is because it's all automated. So looking at the distant land, like, do you really feel that we should be able to see further than that? I mean, right now I'm sort of in a. Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. Nearly had him. I have to do the challenges again. Those were fun one day. Yeah, that is a lovely texture. I like that. No. I am definitely keeping my god mod. Are you kidding me? This is Dangerous Roads of Ardenfell. Alright. Isn't that far enough? Honestly? The bitter coast may not be so representative. It is surrounded by mountains. Yes, that's why I walked out a little bit. We can go... Let's go to Ebonheart. I honestly think 3 cells is enough. There we go. Alright. I can clearly see. Oh wow, the ministry is so low. I normally have it modded up, and with the, you know, the tail, we'll install that. So we can see Vivek well enough, frankly. I can see the bitter coast. I don't know, I feel that's enough. Well, you're super fancy. Crusader. What else do you expect? Yeah, it's about to exactly. It's like Vivek is getting weaker and weaker. Whoa, did I just crashed? I just crashed. Wow. This is Morrowind saying, stop squeezing FPS out of me. I'm running, okay? What else do you want? I haven't decided what to do with my trees, though. I'm thinking of installing Valitis trees. Do I have them already? I doubt it. No, I don't have them installed. No, with that sort of crash, doubtful. I can take a look. Alright, what do we have here? Missing ears, we knew that. I know what to do. I need to install the files properly. All of this with disregard. I know what it is. That is not normal though. We can reinstall Rotat as well. Yeah. Because usually problems with the... It's not an animation. Ah, it is an animation maybe. That usually makes you crash straight away. Otherwise, you are not happy with class starting spells. Oh, that's because, and that's normal. I have not installed my gameplay mods, meaning I have not installed Magicka Expanded, so that's fine. Read aloud speech. I think Abbott, there was something on the Discord, and Abbott, there was an issue that was found and Abbott was going to update, so that might be it. Good evening, Reptiloid. All is well. However, Morrowind crashed and I ran out of coffee, which, as you know, are two strong indications that we should call it a night. I was quickly going through my log. Herbalism, yeah, this one is a known issue. That's fine, I knew about that. That comes up quite often. Well, that is not the usual one. It's one of my mods. UI expansion did a lot of things. An awful lot of things. And that is possibly, that's why we crashed. We were missing the animation. You did arrive right at the end. At the same time, we haven't been playing. We've managed to install creature and NPC mods. That's what we've done in 3 hours. However, we also took the time to test the FPS as we added mods. And so we can say that NPC addition mods, NPC and creature mods, I did put quite a bit, are going to chop off 5 of your FPS. Distant Land is going to chop off up to 10 of your FPS. If you reduce the distance, like the draw distance, you can save roughly 2 FPS per cell. I've never tried with like 10 cells because what's the point? The province mods tend to represent the world, so it's less tight than Vardenfell. Skyrim has more vista, and it is true. Even though, I mean, Vardenfell is quite big, like it takes a while to go from Seydonin to Dagenfell on foot. Many opportunities to die. Quite a lot. But you're right, it might be more important to have it there. For Vardenfell, I feel it's fine. Anyway, let me see what is happening at this time of the day, night. Who do we have? No one I know playing Morrowind. I don't understand. Why don't people play Morrowind? The Moon and Star, Zeuthor's first playthrough. Are we Haringstone? I don't know that person at all. Oh, Reynard is playing the Elder Scrolls. Let's go say hello. It's been a while. How do I do that? I know how to do that, guys. What we do. We are going to raid the Reynard show. Okay, good. We're gonna go say hello to the Reynard show in a bit, guys. Thank you so much for being there and talking to me as we were looking. Oh, sorry, Danina. Yes, probably the animation file was missing. I'll remember next time. We'll go say hello. Now I've launched it and everything. Guys, I see you next week on Thursday. I will be playing probably. I'll put the schedule on Discord and all that. Have a good time, guys. Bye.